Welcome back. Now, Discovery reported an 11% increase in interim and normalised headline earnings. The financial services group described its performance as resilient as it cited macroeconomic headwinds such as high inflation and interest rates that caused a complex operating environment during the period. Discovery CEO Adrian Gore joins us now with greater insights on those numbers.
Hi, good afternoon.
Brilliant, Adrian. Let's get right into it. Keen to get your thoughts here. We are seeing a 1% increase in headline earnings per share. Help us contextualize this.
We had a really robust performance over the 6 months to the end of December 2023. It's been actually a very good period. It's been complex, but period for us with a very strong growth from our bank, from our global businesses. So it's actually been a very, very good period. And I think we're pretty pleased about where we are and expect to grow strongly in the second half.
The bank was the star of the show. Help us unpack just what we're seeing there. The client base up 42%, Adrian. I think certainly very encouraging.
Yeah, the bank had an absolutely brilliant look. The bank execution and rollout has been really, really impressive for the last number of years. It has reached an operational break-even, an important milestone. The actual quality of the services, how people are engaging with the bank, has been tremendous. So we're seeing continued growth. We're seeing just increasing usage of the bank, and we think we'll get to break even, a proper profit figure during this calendar year. So we are very impressed with the bank. It's been a remarkable performance.
Adrian, sometimes I think the South African banking sector is ex-growth, but obviously Discovery shows us that that's not quite the case. What are South Africans looking for in a bank?
Listen, I hope I don't sound controversial. Nothing is ever ex-growth. I think markets always can and should be disrupted. Our banking space is highly competitive. We've got 4 or 5 excellent banks. But the Discovery Bank proposition is quite unique. I think it brings the shared value vitality model into the market in a banking context. It also brings this ability to bring all of your Discovery products onto the face of the bank, bringing vitality, travel. There's so many different facets to the bank. So the truth is that I think it's a bigger market than people believe. People are multi-banked, so people don't drop necessarily one bank to join another. They add additional accounts. So we're seeing a lot of people joining Discovery Bank, often not leaving their previous bank, and then over time using more of the Discovery Bank services. So it's not as binary as I think you think. The market is big and people multi-bank. So it's a massive opportunity.
Very interesting. Let's get into Discovery Health now. This is one of the more traditional businesses within the group. We are seeing there new business 52%. Help us put this into context, maybe looking with a Sasol Med and without it.
Well, that kind of bloating new business is very much a function of the Sasol Med take on. Without it, the business has Discovery Health is actually down slightly in the period. Discovery Health Medical Scheme is so big that kind of the new business is a function of hundreds of thousands of people entering and hundreds of thousands of people leaving. So you've got this difference of 2 large numbers, and so you get it to wax and wane from time to time. But the Sasol Med take on creates a bump, and every couple of years we do that kind of thing. So it's very pleasing, and we'll see the economic benefits over time. But that really did define, I think, the 6 months for Discovery Health.
And then touching on a group life there, we're seeing a decline from the exceptional performance of the prior period. Is that a base effect issue?
No, it's more group risk is very much an annual premium with risk benefits. It's going to wax and wane. That's what happens. So you will get these very good years and it comes down. It remains still very profitable. It's a great business and it's a function of pricing and it's a function of market cycles. No concern at all. Not much to do, I don't believe.
Brilliant. Let's talk about the UK now. I will be honest, I've read on the UK and it does seem like a very, very difficult market, Adrian. But your numbers don't quite reflect that.
It's a difficult market, but with complexity comes opportunity. In the case of Vitality Health, it's a health insurance market that is growing. The difficulties the NHS is facing, backlogs, etc., has manifested in a market where people are buying private medical insurance, and we are very well positioned to receive it. But at the same time, you have very complex claims patterns. People are claiming a lot more for primary care. So it is complex, but a market to grow significantly in the health space. In the life space, it's complex from an economic perspective, very flat GDP. It's at high levels of inflation, interest rates coming down. So there's work to be done. But again, I think the performance has been robust, but a lot to do, I think, to get real value out of the UK.
And then let's touch on China, also an uneven recovery picture there.
China for us has been absolutely unbelievable. It's a difficult space. in many ways. But for us, the health insurance market is right, kind of just really forming. We are not operating there as a foreign company. We are a part owner of Ping An Health, which is a health insurer in China. It has grown really, really well. The quality, every aspect of the business in this last calendar year, in our 6-month period, has been tremendous. It now covers over 26 million people. In China, annualized premium is about 50 billion rand. It's a massive business, and its performance across quality measures has been tremendous. So, for us, that together with the bank is really the stars of the show for the 6-month period under review.
Adrian, I must then ask you also just about the state of your balance sheet at present and how you are feeling about it. Of course, we are in this very complex global environment, and a strong balance sheet often really acts as a buffer in these difficult economic times.
Yeah, I think it's crucial. I think that to manage complexity and ambiguity, you need to be both innovative and financially strong. We've been very careful about making sure we liquid, our balance sheet is strong. The organization leverage ratios are the lowest they've ever been. All of our entities are incredibly well capitalized. We have, I think, 16 to 18 billion of liquidity within the group. So we're in a very strong position, and we're very, very careful with how we expand. There's a very careful allocation of capital, and nothing we do ever kind of bets the house. We take small bets. We move very carefully into different businesses, and I think you have to do that. I think you should always do that, frankly, but I think especially in very difficult times. So it's a great question.
And Adrian, I know that you love South Africa. We're heading into this election. I'm just keen to get your thoughts here. We have had some, I think, alarmist commentary coming around the state of South Africa during the election, post the election. Just keen to get your thoughts on that one.
Listen, I think we've got a lot to do, and there's a lot of issues and challenges. We all know that. I think the election is important and seminal. I don't believe it, and I hope I'm right. I don't believe it poses dramatic danger. I'm hoping that we get through it fairly smoothly. It may be the opening up of coalition politics. We'll see how it plays out. I think from a Discovery perspective, we are planning for more of the same, mobilizing to assist where we can, whatever government is in play. We really believe the private sector is going to roll up its sleeves and help and build and fix, etc., which is what we do. And I think that will continue going forward. So let's see how it plays out. But I think a corporation has to take a longer view than a few months.
Brilliant, Adrian. Always a pleasure speaking to you. Looking forward to chatting the next few months. Keep well.
Thank you very much.
That was Discovery CEO Adrian Gore.